Hey Scorpio, we're going to do your reading. I'm setting an intention, lighting a bay leaf for you. So if you have your journal close by, please take a moment to write an intention in your journal. And look at this. There's looks like there's a critter that's been chewing on. This is the only bay leaf I've had so far that had a little hole in it. So this intention is set for health, wealth, happiness, always, right? And then in addition, what I added to it this time is, I'm really struggling with y'all's reading. Oh goodness, I must have caught myself on fire. Hold on. I had, what did I write on there? It was, how embarrassing. It was about communication. There's something going on with communication and clarity. Also a need to connect to spirit, a need to ground, connect. This reading, I've had a hard time getting prepped. I don't have much of a pre-shuffle, to go over with you because it wasn't clear. I don't think this is going to be a very easy reading. But for the bay leaf, it was, see, it's happening again. It basically, I feel like there's a disconnect and there's a need for you to have a sacred space so that you can go and connect and clear your thoughts. I feel like there's been some I don't know if it's happened yet. This might be a warning because none of this is super clear. We're going to lay out a spread, but something about communication being misunderstood or saying the wrong thing, something like that. Okay, so that bay leaf was to clear all that up. And for health, wealth, happiness. Also, if you guys would please go through if you don't have your journal, or even if you do, take a minute to write an intention see, there's something with throat chakra, because I've never stumbled this much in the beginning of a reading. But write an intention in the comments, because the videos are circulated, all over the world, thousands and thousands of times. And so your intention or manifestation will be cycling with that. Also, I'm going to start the comments off with an intention for all of you, everyone who watches. If you don't want to write your own, just at least go through, read the ones I write in the comments and then just say yes, or I accept, or I affirm, whatever, so that you're included in that. And then if you would please take a moment just to go through and thumbs up and add, some power to everybody else's comment or to everybody else's intention. Wow. Okay. And I go back and I double down on all those intentions, and that way we just keep them going and add, power to them. So you guys, something's going on with throat chakra and being able to communicate clearly. I have a lump in my throat. Either you are being warned to be careful with your words, and I don't always say be careful with your words. Sometimes I'm too careful with my words. Sometimes it's better health-wise to get stuff out, right? But there's something going on here about either there was some bickering or drama, that somebody said the wrong thing. That's what I'm getting. So we have the two. This is just what happened in pre-shuffle. Not much of a pre-shuffle. Two of Wands is, and it could be a decision. Which way do I go? And it's about texting. It looks like you're trying to decide if you want to be, there's something about communication. I think I've said that because something is being blocked. There's a need to say something, or something was said wrong and misunderstood. And now there's kind of maybe I bet you we're going to get the Two of Swords, like maybe some sort of a grudge, or digging heels in, stubborn, something like that. Okay, jeez, I hope this gets better. I'm sorry for that. I think it's y'all, not me, honestly. But I'll see if we can get you through it. So I got a little bit of a message about maybe there's too little movement or action that's keeping you in a situation of, if you don't have enough to do. Sometimes we ruminate. That's just proven. People who are busy don't ruminate as much. Okay, so let's see what else. Sacred space. I feel like you need to get a sacred. I feel like you're having a hard time connecting you know, maybe to your inner guidance system or spirit or some kind of shutdown. So another thing is something that like maybe unconditional love, like I never want you guys to, you know, just keep giving to someone that's not good to you. Obviously, you pull yourself away. But there's something about maybe just understanding that everybody's trying to get their needs met and has different experiences. Something like that. Okay, let's lay out a spread. So there's the Two of Cups, and I felt that in the pre-shuffle too. So Two of Cups, and it's upside down. So I think this is about love, and it's shut down. This is the transparent tarot. I promised to say that. My candles are Chesapeake. Somebody asked in the comments, I think that's what they were asking about, either that or that. I think it was this one. So they're Chesapeake, and what I do is they're expensive, but they burn longer. So what I do is I go and I look on Amazon for the ones that are less priced because they're expensive, and then I choose that flavor, that smell, you know, depending on the ones that are less priced. And not always, every time I buy something on Amazon, I try to feel for energy, like which one feels better, you know. And that's how I choose a lot of stuff on in general, even at the grocery store. So here we go again, communication. See, 8 of Wands. Yeah, there's some major communication issue. So again, the intention was set for that to clear up, okay? Whatever miscommunication or struggle, misunderstanding. So we've got 2 cups upside down and 8 of Wands. Yeah, I mean, I just think it's stuck. This is the Hermit. And the Hermit goes up into, you know, off into the mountains alone to try and clear his head. And that might be what you need to do, because I felt that whole sacred space, maybe you need to connect to earth, you know, go sit by some water, listen to that. Let the wind, you know, the breeze blow any kind of like residue of something yuck off of you. You know, try to just really focus on the sounds and how you feel, what's touching your skin, what you hear, smell, you know. There's like a need to ground. I'm also working on some yoga meditations that they're not actually poses. You don't do poses, but it's meditations that take your brain through some processes that help you. They help you catch up on like some of the brain cycles that you might have missed during sleep. And they also, there's just crazy, amazing benefits of some of this stuff I'm learning. So anyway, we've got the Justice card. That's balance, scales being balanced. I don't know about this reading, guys. I hate to start over with that since I've already burned that bay leaf. I guess I would just give you guys an extra. If this doesn't go well, I might turn the camera off and just start over and just post both. So, because I always feel like whenever I don't want to post something, and I do, somebody's like, I'm so glad you posted that. Okay, so we've got Wheel of Fortune, which is destiny, money, but there's scales needing to be balanced. I mean, that's really a good sign, because that indicates that you're getting there. That's your energy, is moving towards balance. One more on that. Thank you. Look at that. Yeah. The Lovers. And again, yin yang, balance. Within every good there is bad. Within every bad there is good. So one, don't beat yourself up. Look at that. Balance. Don't beat yourself up. And also you have to, you know, give yourself some grace, and then also remember that for other people. So no, if somebody's trying to decide, are they good or are they bad? You know, sometimes we'll say, oh, that's a bad person or whatever. Everybody has good and bad. And there's another reminder to look at things through love. You may be in, it looks like a soulmate situation, maybe a twin flame. You guys, if your throat chakra, if you guys are struggling like I think you are with throat and communication, there's some things to help your throat chakra, which are, you know, sing, hum, chew gum, anything that can get the, you know, vocal cords and vibration going. Somebody said the wrong thing or is really afraid of saying the wrong thing. There's 3 of Wands. Okay, I've got some I'm sorry, I'm chewing gum. I've got some don'ts here. Don't engage in unnecessary drama. Don't even engage. Just don't even respond. Like maybe to gossip. Don't make any major decisions right now, like life-altering, or sign any rushed contracts. Definitely a need to get outside, get some sun on your face, go by water if you can. Somebody really needs to clear their head. And speak their mind. Maybe there's some practice that needs to happen. Like maybe you need to practice what you're going to say. Somebody, I think, maybe caused a problem, twisted the truth. Wow, I don't think I've ever struggled with a reading this much, where my throat is just like not working. Okay, I feel like maybe some groundwork was laid so somebody could play a victim, and maybe there was kind of like a trap or something laid. Ugh, yuck. So look, there's seven of Wands, which is hold your ground. Okay, Scorpio, we gotta figure this out. Let's see what's going on with the outside energy. Okay, so there's going to be a tower if there isn't some major towers happening. Look at that. That's an Ace of Wands, but look at just the symbolism in it. I'm also kind of feeling like Phoenix Rising, like Judgment. Ace of Wands, it's passionate new beginning often. Looks like to me it's kind of feeling like anger. Help me out, you guys, if you know what's going on in the comments and I'm not getting it. Recent past, Sun. Healing, hope, growth. Things being illuminated. Maybe that's what's going on. Something's being illuminated. That Ace of Pentacles is, I'm struggling. These cards are really, they're, somewhat challenging too, because they can go upside down and sideways and back, and all kinds of different ways. Hangman. Hangman backwards. Let me see. Let's see how they layer. I think there's a need to tell you, maybe that's what's wrong, is there's a need to tell you not to verbalize. There's a need to, maybe not verbalize, not knee-jerk, and go off on something or someone that you feel like you want to. Yeah, look at that. Queen of Swords. What does the Queen of Swords do? She says it like it is. She She'll go off on you. She'll cut you. But she's backwards. So, yeah, I think there's a need a need for you to, like, you're wanting to lash out. I think there's a warning not to react yet. Don't overreact, maybe. Don't cut somebody out quite yet. I'm going to have to come back to that, what's going on with the outside energy, but let's look at what's next. I'm still feeling Phoenix rising, like judgment. Okay, come on, babies. Oh, there it is. Did you see that? I just said that, and there it is. Phoenix rising. Wow. It's funny because I split the deck there on accident. Okay. Let's put it back, see if it comes back in a specific spot. Give me outcome. Okay, what's next? Okay, so Ace of Cups. Temperance. So, balance between anger and emotion. What Ace of Cups was it sideways or was it backwards? Eight of Cups. Using the spilled cups, rising above. Sword down. I'm probably going to have to do a bonus for you guys. There it is again. Did y'all see that? So it's not that I'm not tapped in. I am. I just feel off. So this card, I said it over and over. You can rewind if you need to, but I kept saying Phoenix Rising. There isn't a Phoenix Rising card, but in this deck, the Judgment looks like it's a photo. You know, it's an image of the Phoenix Rising. So I put it back, or I kept saying it. Then it showed when I split the deck. Then I put it back just now and said, let's see if it comes back out. And there it is. Okay, so it flew out. So let's get a little bit more in that. I might switch decks here a second. What's going on with this Phoenix Rising? In the outcome, it's got rising, it's got stepping over the spilled cups. So maybe what this is that this isn't happening to you, but it's happening for you. And something to do with balancing. The Temperance card is self-restraint, it's self-control, it's able to control impulses. This whole reading feels to me like a warning not to overreact to something, even though it may be justified. I'm not saying it's not, but there's a strong sense to say, don't say something you're gonna say or do something that you're gonna regret. Okay. Yeah, look at that. Don't do it. So this is sad. This is regret. This is mental anguish. And look, it's upside down. So something that you're going to avoid doing, hopefully, because you saw this reading, is going to save you a lot of grief later, because it's something that you just need to go meditate, get near some space. I mean, some earth, take some space. Empress, Libra, and energy twice. We also have Sag, Gemini, Cancer, Sag twice. That doesn't, I'm just telling you guys because a lot of people ask. So the Empress is Libra again. We've got Aries, the Magician. The Magician also could be Taurus. The Magician is, don't forget what you want. What you want is to be this Empress who is, she's kind of unwavering. She doesn't have to go out after things. Oh, don't over apologize. I don't know how that would even fit. Okay, I feel like this person really wants you, but something on your end is going on. You haven't spoke your mind, but it's saying not to. Interesting. Keep going slow. Okay. The Moon. If there is something that you know that you're not supposed, there's the Tower. Okay, this deck is getting crazy. If there's something that you know that maybe you're trying to decide whether to share, I think we have our answer. Would be not to get involved right now. This is a hard reading. There's the Tower again. Six of Pentacles in the Well. Six of Pentacles is giving. You may be aware of some infidelity or something unfair, and you're torn on whether or not to let it known. Yeah. So some sort of major family bickering or distress. Oh my gosh, this reading, I really don't want to post this. Five of Swords. It's not going to work out well for you. If there's something you're trying to decide whether or not to share or tell somebody off, it's not going to work out well for you. Don't do it, okay? Leave it. Leave it. Get out of the drama. There's some sort of drama. And let go of the burden of it, too. Sun, go towards your happiness. Whatever this is, it could be taking you away from, you know, achieving your goals. It's going to come to light. But you know what's funny is I feel like saying, even if it doesn't, like, so what? Like, I don't know. It's something like it's not your job to worry about what other people think of you, or, you know, you've got to get out of something, some sort of toxic situation. It's just, but you may feel like you're going to feel better if you know, blow up, but no. Let's get some oracles. Compassion. Release judgment about yourself and others. Remember, we had the Judgment card. I said that. And again, focus on the love. That might sum up the whole thing. I'm having a hard time. This is exactly what I'm saying. That you've got quiet time and compassion. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. There's something that is driving you crazy or eating you up, and I think that this is a strong message to let it go and not get involved or walk away. For now, doesn't mean you always have to, but let's look and see what these say. Okay. Cayenne. 70. I might post this out of order because I want to get something to you guys today, and this is a long video, so it's going to take a long time. So I might do another reading and just post it a shorter one. Release judgments about yourself and others. Gentleness is the strength. There, here we go. This is it. Oh, goodness. Gentleness is the strength behind true power, and it comes from feeding yourself with nourishing words, thoughts, deeds, intentions, and forms of food. Shield yourself from harshness by placing an intention to attract only gentle life lessons in relationships. Okay, you guys have some sort of major turmoil. This is exactly what I was saying. Find a sacred space, write your intention. Please put it in the comments. I will go back and add power to it or give energy to it. If you don't want to write your own, just write I affirm or yes in the comments, because underneath mine. Okay, so the intention begins with your relationship with yourself. That was why we got the Empress. Be gentle with yourself always. Be happy, be kind, be sweet, but most of all, be true to you. I think I said that too, didn't I? Which I don't ever say. Give yourself grace. So yeah, this is summing everything up. Keep your thoughts about yourself and others positive. Avoid gossip or bad-mouthing of yourself or others. So forgive yourself or another. Don't be so hard on yourself or others. This is the whole reading. Don't be so hard on yourself or others, okay? Wow. So let's look at this one. Quiet time. I don't know how to say the words. This, by the way, is Goddess Guidance Oracle deck. I wish every reading was rainbows and butterflies. Take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate, and contemplate. It says, shh, dear one, quiet your mind, breathe, and let go of worry and plans. Go into that space of silence deep within you, the vortex of peace where the world doesn't matter. Now is the time to retreat in silence and spend time alone, just like we got in the very beginning, which was the Hermit. I'll lovingly help you rejuvenate and recenter yourself, so don't try to make any major decisions now. Just allow your mind to be at rest. You'll know soon enough when it's time to take action. But for now, quiet your mind and rest. Okay, I feel better. Shouldn't doubt myself, you know, but that sums up everything I was struggling with. So the only thing I want to add that didn't say that we talked about, we said don't, you know, be gentle on yourself, be gentle with others, don't act, don't react. That was a huge part of the message, and now it's confirmed here. And, you know, I also feel like go outside, buy water if you can, but there's also a need to find a sacred space in your house, like maybe in your room there's some clutter that if you can clear it out. You know, if you look at your room and you go, if I had 30 minutes or 15 minutes to make this better, what would I do? And then, you know, take those small steps towards that. It takes action and steps forward to achieve results. We don't get results without, you know, making them happen. I mean, in a perfect world where, you know, the whole manifesting, oh, I can think myself into winning the lottery, or I can think myself into this or that, you know, that is just not very realistic unless you can literally clear all the voices out of your head, right? But in this world, we have doubts, and so those doubts come into play. So rather than to sit and try and manifest everything to me by manifesting it mentally, is I manifest it mentally and I take small steps. Those small steps actually give you dopamine release, which feel good and build a habit of taking more steps. Action breeds more action. Inaction breeds more inaction. Gossip, strife, conflict breeds more. So this is telling you to get away from that and avoid it for now, okay? I'm going to do this one too. Whoa. Gratitude, that's crazy because I saw this earlier when I pulled this deck out. I actually slept with these decks so that they would bond. So I love acknowledging all the little things I'm grateful for. No matter what I have going on, I always have things to be grateful for. Whenever I'm feeling upset, I can fill up a page with things I appreciate. We talked about gratitude journal in the beginning, so you can actually write that in the comments too if you want. Things you're grateful for. If you can't think of anything, think about running water. Think about toothpaste. I mean, think about gas stations. Like I don't like grocery shopping. I don't like going to gas stations, but my goodness, I'm sure thankful. You know, if I think about it, thank goodness I have those things. There are always tons of things to be thankful for. Be thankful for everything you can until it, you know, if you feel like you don't have anything, the little stuff. I can fill up a page with things I appreciate. This begins to shift my mood and focus onto that which brings me joy. Okay, I'm going to hurry through this one because my camera is going to cut off. I follow what feels right within me without needing validation from others. We are each on our own journey, and mine does not need to look like anyone else's. My enjoyment and satisfaction is validation enough. All right, you guys let me know in the comments. Put your manifestations in the comments, please, so we can all help each other build those up. Also, thumbs up everybody else's to give power to those, and or just put yes, I affirm, and that way I can go back and through. Love you guys. Let me know the story. Sorry this was difficult, but it had a powerful ending. I will see you guys soon. Bye, Scorpio.